Good morning, afternoon or evening, and welcome to another Tom Zero AD Live. Today's game we've got is a 1v1 and it is fpre or fpre, I'm not actually sure how you'd like that to be pronounced, and Stockfish, which is fairly easy to work out how it be pronounced. So we've got fpre, as I'll call him. He's here playing as the Macedonians, yes he is, and we've got Stockfish as the Ptolemies. So Stockfish probably has the advantage, just by nature of the civilization. They did choose civilization. I remember thinking it was strange that you would deliberately select the Macedonians, but perhaps fpre's got something particularly interesting to show us. So let's wait and see. He's already managed to build a couple of houses, and he's starting to produce more of that Stockfish, sorry, by the way. That being the main thing at the moment. Like early on, the biggest issue that you'll have as the Ptolemies is just simply making sure that your population, you don't get pop capped. And so he's now sent his group of 6 skirmishers off to go and get some wood. The map itself is not, it's got wood on it, but not in like really consistent places, which is interesting. It's not got huge like forests, it's just got small areas, like small copses, if you will. So if we look from fpre, Borg has just joined, and he was causing lag, but he's no longer doing that. So as with all the kind of factions that require you to spend 150 on your house and gives you a 10 bonus, we've got him. He's going to be producing mostly women to begin with, and in fact that's all he's producing, and understandably so. He needs all that wood to get the thing. Having said that, he's sent 1 cavalryman round here, another no, he's got a couple of cavalrymen. They're just scouting. Are they going to do some attacking? Yes, a little bit. And the women, one of them dies, and here comes another cavalryman. So actually, I take that back. He's making an attempt. Ooh, is that one going to escape? Yeah, so he's making an attempt at an early rush, but they need to get the women away. He's going to lose. Yeah, he's losing a lot of them. Has he got anyone? He needs to get some soldiers. Get the camel inside the town centre, along with some soldiers. Okay, these women are also at risk of dying somewhat, and he's just letting them do so. So, okay, strange. I mean, he's got his cavalry are on very, very low health, but not a particularly, certainly not a winning early rush. But it's giving him a bit of an advantage. Where's the camel? Okay, he's coming back again. He really needs to just get... Okay, the camel... Oh, if one or more of these arrows can actually hit... No, the accuracy is abysmal. Okay, he's going right next to him in an effort to do it, and I think he's down to 4 health. He's got him. Right, so that... Yeah, probably makes it about even, actually. So he's... At this stage, that's probably as... Killing that cavalry is about as good as the women that were killed. He's moved on a little bit early to... Oh no, I take that back. He's only got 33 berries left there. I was going to say moved on to farming a little bit early, but actually there's little else that he could do, as his berry bushes are basically out of action. So we got Stockfish now is building a barracks. The populations at this point are roughly, yeah, much of a muchness. Okay, fpre needs 1 second. No one's going to make the hilarious joke of typing 1 as though 1 second has passed, but actually he wasn't far off a second. It was certainly to the nearest minute. That was 1 second. So he's still got only these group of skirmishers, and he's getting some pikemen in now. So the pikemen only cost wood. He's not got anyone getting additional metal, but he will need to ensure that he does get metal. And if we look from his point of view, he doesn't realise that just over here there is a load of metal, but he'll find that out. So he's got an additional 2 metal mines, and in fact he's all about minerals. He's done really well there in terms of the minerals that his side of the map have given him. He's got 3 additional things of stone and 2 of metal. What's that? Yeah, which is just great. We're looking now at for prey. He's starting to fall behind in the population, but that's to be expected, and he still, I don't think, has made any soldiers. No, he's relying entirely on his population being made up with female citizens, and so now Stockfish has started to get his camel archers in to hunt these deer. They are deer, aren't they? Just check. They are indeed. So they're fauna deer, and he's getting some metal together, and that is going to allow him to make the skirmishers. Now the good thing with Ptolemies is that you don't need as much food, so you don't need as many women, because basically your food cost is made up for most troops. Half of the food that you would normally pay if they were from a different civilization is actually changed to metal because they're mercenaries. So for his skirmishers here that he's building, he only needs to spend 25 food per person rather than 50 that you would if you were in a different civilization, and that means that you can then utilize the people that would be getting you food, like your female citizens. They can be soldiers instead, and can be, instead of getting food, can be mining, and that's what he really needs to get. He's also done the nice little trick that you would expect if we just look. She, this one woman that is mining with the others, although she isn't mining at the same rate that they are, they're all showing off because she's there. You can see there's a little, looks like a mop and bucket, but I'm sure it's not. It's supposed to be a mop and bucket. There, and that's the bonus for the others, so they're going to go a little bit more quickly in terms of their thing. Oh, and the camels have now started an attack. So this, whether they'll actually manage to kill any of the women remains to be seen, because camel archers, they're more useful they are literally just harassing. They find they're so poor in terms of their attack that you need a hell of a lot more of them to actually kill someone. So if they manage to build this tower, that's it. They need the tower. That the camels are probably going to be killed now, or they just have to run away. You need to approach with probably closer to 10 or 15 of them, and if you've done that, then yeah, absolutely, there's a great chance that those camels go out to actually kill some of the women, but otherwise they just haven't got a chance. Let's have a look and see again at the population. It's still all women. So he's built this barracks but isn't actually producing anyone from it just yet. He's fallen 9 people behind. If he was producing, it was producing cavalry, and here they are, the cavalry. He's trying. I don't even know what way. There's too much going on. These women are going to be attacked. He needs to just put them in the town centre, but he's not going to. They might be able to kill these cavalry. No. Very nearly, but not quite. So those guys live to fight another day, and these cavalry. Will he be able to kill one more? They're running, they're doing a little dance. This guy's on 14 health but has survived. It's a constant sort of raiding, but there's not really a huge amount that's going on because of that. We've got a camel archer just sat here. This guy chased for a while and didn't really do much else. So he needs to get a new storehouse, and that's exactly what he's building. So storehouse against this wood here. He's sticking to the small amount of farming, but what he should be able to do, these guys are struggling. If he could just get an arrow, he could have killed potentially one of them, but might also have ended up losing his own camel. Is he? Yeah. Oh, he's finally started producing some skirmishers. So there are soldiers coming in. He's now starting to produce skirmishers at a more regular rate. He's got plenty of wood, just needs some more food, but you can see the difference in the requirements. We've got 9 fields here, whereas just 3 required. That said, if he wants to train, breed, whatever it is that you would describe for camels, if he wants to do that for camels later, he's going to need a lot more farms, because they cost a hell of a lot of food. Now what we have here is, unfortunately, he's picked to do a raid, and he's picked the one area that he's actually got some troops, but has carefully navigated round those, albeit by complete chance, and is now going to start taking out these women. So yeah, surely, okay, they can't all miss repeatedly. They have missed quite a lot. So this, and if you look here, I mean, fpre's food is through the roof though, so it's not like it's going to make a huge difference. He's got food like you wouldn't believe, but has he got any soldiers in it? He does have a couple of horses as well, and those horses will mean that he's going to be firing some defensive arrows. And one of them is gone. One of the skirmishers is dead, and that was his attempt at getting some kind of revenge, I suppose. And he's going to attempt to attack here. That could end badly, and in fact I think that is going to end badly. No, he should have he might just survive. I thought for a second that fpre was going to basically trap these remaining skirmishers. He's now got absolutely plenty of soldiers. He doesn't need to worry about facing raids again at the moment. But I mean, if you look here, if what's his name? If Stockfish were to attack with all of his skirmishers, and it looks like that could be what he's planning to do, he's got a very, very strong attack. That is a lot of skirmishers, and he is not his 18 troops. Well, now make that 23, 25. Okay, it might not be as he's going with everyone as well. So we've got a really large force here. I want to try and not. So yeah, it is a big army, and I think he's trying to get that tower up. He's done so, but and he's got another group coming over this way. That same group from earlier. Are they going to be able to take over the tower? I don't know how easy it is to take over a garrison tower at phase 1. Okay, they're just about looking like they can do it. And so fpre has taken the safe way out and just demolish the tower rather than run the risk of losing it and not being able to get there. He's now trying to destroy the storehouse. Yeah, we'll give him some loot, but not a huge problem. Would have preferred to see him take out the house, to be honest, because houses are absolutely critical at this early stage. So if we look from fpre's point of view, that house, would push him to being his population. In fact, and it has done. So now he can't build any more, get any more people until he builds another house, which is a real issue, because now he's got to spend 150 wood on a house rather than spending it on any troops. If he can continue as well, like he is here, to stop them from collecting any wood, this really doesn't look good. He's trying to build a house. Oh, it's a storehouse. Why is he building a storehouse? He's building a storehouse where there's a handful of but his women are fighting back. They're mostly dying, but they did manage to kill 1, 2. Wow. That's really fascinating. I've never actually seen women successfully fight back like that. But here they go. There's another big group again. They're coming through. I mean, the population now for fpre's down to pretty much half of, well, not quite half actually. That's unfair. Okay, he's going to try and take over this tower now, which again he really needs to destroy it quickly, and he does so. But this group of what was 23 women has done a really good job of actually taking out Stockfish's attack. But Stockfish, sorry, not Stockfish, fpre, I just need to look. Yeah, well, fortunately his army's been so depleted that he actually doesn't need to build houses anymore. He's got, he's still on around half the population, and I believe Stockfish is going to be sending in reinforcements. So, if he just had some, what both sides need are some spearmen in there, because the spears will actually give them an opportunity to take out the spears. Give you a bit of advantage, basically. Just looking at that, he's got. Has he reached the city phase? No, town phase. Okay, he's got 23 remaining. So Stockfish is well ahead at this point, but he's certainly not won by any stretch. But that was a very good raid. It has made a real difference. And looking at the thing, although fpre has come out with plenty of food, this group of soldiers, he needs to be able to get he needs to get himself, which he does. He has some stone. Is he just waiting to get the metal together to build it looks very much like he's going to build a civic centre or a military colony. Good choice. So he builds that, and then he can garrison some of these people inside it, and they will heal. And also he'll be able to build a temple, which is something that he'll need. So, someone gone straight through to attack. No, they haven't. Okay, he has pulled them back. So you see, he just needs to make sure that he can heal these people. If he does, then the game is his to win. Or I suppose if you look at the other way, it's his to lose. It's pretty much a one game at this point. If we were talking in chess terms, which maybe we are. Well, I certainly am. So there you go. He's got mostly women here on the metal, not particularly helpful. Right. There's the temple. That's exactly what he needed. And now his fight is going to take place. He could have done with not alerting him really to the fact that there's a temple going up until maybe it was actually up. How close is it to being finished? It's going to get finished. He needs to then just garrison people inside as quickly as possible. If it gets finished, and maybe it won't get finished. And that was very, very silly. There was that is so frustrating when the camels do something like that. So that camel just runs off, goes rogue, decides that it has to take out to attack someone, alerts them to the fact that there's a temple being built, and in doing so means that it doesn't get finished. He's going to attempt to build. There's a tower going up now to make sure that he's not in a position to do it. Okay, this is going to be interesting. They're both trying to use the formations to get themselves into better positions. How's this going to pan out? I'm not sure, but it's certain that he's not able to reinforce from there yet. There's a big group of soldiers, but they're mostly dying. Again, they need to actually do some attacking, because it's roughly an even fight at this point, so it's going to be about who can reinforce. And it looks very much like fpre is going to be able to do that, because fpre doesn't. fpre's got absolutely loads of food and wood, and yet he's not building from any of his possible locations. A couple of towers there. They're only sentry towers as well, they're not even the proper towers. Okay, now he's finally starting to build a temple, which do that, and his soldiers come through. So he needs to really... He's not got a huge amount of either wood or food, so if he could get a bit more of both, that would certainly be helpful. But he's still in a very, very strong position. He's just still got the 4 fields, and doesn't even have the... Is that maybe the second upgrade, actually? But he doesn't have the full upgrades that he could have on the farming at this point, and he's trying to build a defense tower. Now this is a proper tower. These ones are the little sentry towers that need to be upgraded, but unfortunately they're taking small hits. He needs to set these guys that are building this tower to stand their ground and just carry on building it if one or more of them die. So what? They need to actually do something. You can't have them keep walking towards the tower. They're only walking towards their deaths. Like this is just it is insane. Like you can, so he just needs to get that thing built and then get his troops away from there, because they're just going to get themselves killed. And while they're doing that, it is beyond frustrating watching them run like this guy just did. Runs towards the tower, but then when they get there, they'll just wave at it as though that's what was required. They should be able to get these things built. I mean, still only got, I think, the one barracks. Yeah, he could do another barracks to produce from, because he's and maybe he could build that here. If he has that extra barracks, then he has got the possibility. Again, the tower's not going up. These guys are just walking towards their deaths. If they get within the range, and just at the point that they could actually take it, set them to stand ground. And they will, but no, each one of them gets hit, and as a reaction, walks towards the tower slowly. Okay, it's still not quite there, and it's getting further and further away from being there, because every time they get... set these people to stand ground. Right, done. Now just put them inside the tower. Okay, don't put them inside the tower. Get them, like, cutting wood. But also a good option. So these, I could do, get the... Whichever one gets the range thing first is going to be at an advantage, certainly. What do we have? The barracks is finally coming. That's been healed. Now it's garrison. So he's going to be, getting all of his. He's getting towers garrisoned, and as he got this with 1200 food, he could easily get the sentries. Gives you an extra arrow, which means he'll be firing more arrows. His towers are stronger to begin with, so he'll win this kind of war of attrition, which is just simply building, just firing arrows at one another. But once again, there they are. Like, send these guys to get this wood back here or something. But if he gets that arrow upgrade thing, then they're just going to keep walking towards it. But it looks very much like he's gone to phase 3. Just check. Yes, he has that. Has linked everything together, and here comes the temple, and this is probably the beginning of the end for fpre. Let's wait and see. fpre's done well in terms of his resources to get his population back up to nearly the same as Stockfish when he was so far behind is good, but what's less good is that he's still that building away from going to phase 3, and then even when he gets there, he's not got nearly enough stone or metal. So what we should see to begin with, I mean, I think if this was me, I would probably get some of his resources, get some stone together. Catapults actually could take out those towers very, very easily. I think if he goes with elephants, there's too much of a risk that they just get destroyed by the skirmishers. But a couple of catapults based in this sort of area will take out these towers very, very easily. Let's see where he needs to get his resources together. He's only got 6 people going there. He's getting the elephant hero guy, which is good. I forget what he offers. It is something good. Yeah, mercenaries cost even less while he's alive, which is good. And it also, you can build things more quickly. So that's helpful. But no, he is going for elephants. So that's interesting. So that's not the approach that I'd have taken. Because, for the reasons given, is that elephants are so vulnerable to skirmishers, and he already knows that fpre has loads of skirmishers. This elephant is different. He's a hero. I'd absolutely think he would be worth getting. But yeah, I think catapults would have taken these towers down more easily. interestingly, he's decided. Well, he's trying to claim this metal, but and the wood as well. But you can see most of the wood's covered by this tower. So unless he takes those towers down, then he's in trouble. But he has got a couple of elephants coming out now. What's he doing? He's building a siege tower. I mean, yes, you can build a siege tower. Absolutely, that's could be useful. I'm not convinced by it. Yeah, I mean, no, actually, it's probably a good thing. I don't know, it's not necessarily what I would have done. I think just the catapults are such an obvious way to take out these towers and basically destroy his defences that, for me, that's the approach that I would have gone. But that's the beauty of the game, isn't it? It's not how any one person would play, it's how everyone can play, and can play differently. So is he going to... He's got his siege tower. The elephants are taking out the towers. He's done well. He's managed to find the area that is not particularly covered. But you can see the elephants now will be gone. This one will die shortly. So, if he gets... where is he? He's down to 6. So the elephant's gone. Yeah, that was my concern with that. I just think, for me, that elephant was a waste. Like, there is absolutely no way that he would have been able to attack the catapult. This is loaded up with a few people. I just think the catapults would have been... I mean, they would have been slower, I'll give you that, but are the most obvious way to take down these towers. Okay, now he's loading up the siege towers, and the siege tower actually is going to do a very good job here. It gives him a sort of mobile range weapon support, but is not remotely... these people are not under threat of being attacked. We've still not got to phase 3. He's using the siege tower really well to defend his hero. His hero is just going to take out this tower, and then I think the hero's next move is to take out these things, I forget what they're called, barracks. But again, the elephant... Why have you not got a... Oh, he's building a catapult now, finally. Yeah, ironically, the catapult's now less useful. Catapult's most useful where you've got things like this. He's got lots of towers protecting it, so if anyone tried to attack the catapult, and you can only attack it from close up, it was heavily defended by all these towers, so it would have taken those towers out. What he now needs is elephants, but he needed the catapults to have softened up the opposing army before he could get the elephants. Now he's at risk, actually, of losing that catapult. There's such a large group of people that they're attacking that. The elephant's coming. He needs a group of elephants. Building them one at a time also isn't that helpful. God, it's really quite a force actually here, although they are struggling. But he's building groups of 5 skirmishers at a time. He's going to phase 3. That's going to give all the skirmishers, well, everyone, not just the skirmishers, but all of these people here is going to give them a boost to their health. So if these guys are nearly... He really needs... Where's a temple? I don't know if he has a temple. Okay, this market's going to be gone very shortly. I'm just going to see, is he still producing here? He is. He's producing pikemen, and from here he's producing skirmishers. He's run out of his first thing of metal, but this group of people here getting metal is good. He can take this. If he's smart, he'll get rid of this tower quite quickly before it gets taken over. It looks like he's not going to, but it also looks like he's given up on that. And the siege tower, can't see it firing. Oh no, there it goes, you can see it now finally. Maybe another one of those wouldn't be the worst thing in the world at this point. I mean, it's very, very difficult to defend. He's not able to... Let's see, he's got so much food and wood, he should be able to produce some troops, but he's just struggling to get any kind of foothold in the game. There it goes. Okay, Catapult doing the most sensible thing and obviously attacking the field, which is what you would want. Yeah, sometimes the AI does do some strange things. Okay, now they're going to try and take out the elephants. Again, they are absolutely doing that. And a house. At this point, fpre has houses galore. Really doesn't want to take out the house. But fpre calls good game and fair play. It was a good result. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.